People are important in our lives. We love them, we honor them, and they're like the foundation to many things that we do in life. But sometimes they do break us. But for these three types of people, you must always respect them. Find out who they are coming up next.
بإسلامي وإيماني أضاء الكون وزمن بإسلامي وإيماني أضاء الكون وزمن بإسلامي وإيماني أضاء الكون.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this Muslim Life channel. Your brother here, companion Deen, talking about some of the most essential things in life. That's what we do here on this channel, in the life of a Muslim, of course. Respect three types of people. I can't emphasize on the importance of people. You just can't. I would sit here all day and talk to you and talk to you and talk to you and talk to you, and I would still not do justice to the importance of people in life. I mean, there's such a variation of different types of people in our lives that sometimes we lose track on who's who. And sometimes we tend to treat everybody equal. And that could cause a lot of damage. Something, a situation that you don't want to be in. So let's dig into it. Before we dig into the people aspect, let's define the definition of respect. I looked it up in the dictionary. This is what it means. It means a feeling of deep, admire or admiration. It's to have a feeling. Respect means to have a feeling of deep admire for somebody. It's usually for something that is created by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. You look at somebody and he's a scholar, and you respect him for the knowledge that he has or that she has. That's by definition achievements that this person has gained, which earned your respect. That's kind of the idea of respect. It's that sense of admire and I don't want to say respect because that's the word that we're trying to explain here. But it's that sense of feeling that you get when you really, take somebody and you put them in such a high scale that they mean so much to you in life. So there are people in life, no matter what they do, they should never ever lose your respect. With that being said, respect these three types of people. Number three, Ikhwani, is you might be amazed by the order of how I have these three types of people and the amount of respect they each get. I looked at it from many different point of views, but inshallah, let me know what you think in the comments. Number three is our parents. Ikhwani, our parents have the biggest emphasis on how we function our lives. They raise us, they feed us, they protect us, and they give us much honor, and they give us the path to do many things in life. By default, our parents earn our respect. And this is something that a lot of people already know. And that's why I put it in number three, because the others, they're the ones that have been sort of neglected. Most people in humanity by default, they tend to respect their parents on a certain level. But rarely do you see somebody who has really fulfilled the justice that has been, that was needed to begin with. And so by default, parents get a level of respect, but not the amount that they deserve. Definitely not the amount that they wish that they had. And that's that, Ikhwani. So always respect your parents, no matter what, Ikhwani. Whether you get into a fight with them, you shouldn't to begin with. I mean, this is some of the things that we'll talk about in the future. No matter what, you should always respect your parents. Even if they disagree with you on some of the biggest issues in life, when it comes to matters of dunya, you must always obey them. You must. It's not a matter of question, Ikhwani. Unconditional love. You do not put a condition into the love and into the connection of your parents. Now, me personally, I have a unique story with my parents. And I'll share that with you in the coming episodes. But that's that. Number three is our parents. So do the best that you can to always respect and give much love to your parents so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be pleased with you. Number 2. Number 2. You might say should have been number 3, but number 2 is our teachers. The people who give us education, the people who give us a structure, the people who give us design in some of the things that we do in life. Now, teachers are so crucial in life because when you come naked into this world, لا تعلمون شيئا, you don't know anything. You come into this world naked, poor, not having anything except your parents. Number 3. And then comes number 2, people who will shape you, educate you, give you some of the usul, foundations and principles in life, right? That you need in order to succeed in life. Right? They say every tree, you can only bend a tree when it's growing, right? A tree, when it's growing, you can push it, knock it out, do whatever, and But once a tree grows, and it's humongous, you try to push it or move it, you're the only one that's going to get hurt and damaged. And so, why, to begin with, why fail in the process of your life when you can get educated, when you can get strong, and when you can build yourself morally, ethically, and build some values in life, right? There are people in the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, أُولَٰئِكَ كَالْأَنْعَامِ بَلْ هُمْ أَضَلُّ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says they are like animals. As a matter of fact, they are more astray, more misguided than animals. In fact, one of the biggest things that could lead to that is for you to behave and act like an animal is one of the biggest components is jahl, is ignorance. When you don't know enough, it really throws you off a cliff. And teachers in general today, I feel like, are the people who have been truly neglected in regards to respect. I mean, I grew up in a place where teachers, when they turn around, were getting thrown. When they turn around, students would throw papers at them. I mean, that is it is like the deepest form of humiliation. The worst thing you can do to somebody who at that level is trying to educate you, and you disrespect them just like that. But as Muslims, that's not our design. That's not how we function. That's not how we do things. As a Muslim, you must always respect your teachers, whoever they are. As long as you benefited from them, the akhlaq and the tarbiyah of the Muslim is to always be respectful, be responsible in regards to how you deal and interact with the people who educate you. The Prophet ﷺ says in the famous hadith, خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ وَعَلَّمَهُ. The best of you is the one who learns the Quran and teaches it. The Prophet ﷺ could have stopped at learning it, but teaching it, I used to wonder, what is it about teaching that people emphasize so much on? Then I realized, I have a little bit of that I did a little bit of teaching myself in life, and I realized that through teaching you learn the most in life. If you're not a teacher, you don't know anything. That's my opinion. If you're not a teacher, you're not a complete individual. You're not mature. You're not. Why? Because some of the things. This is why I say why. That might be a crazy statement there. So let me explain myself. The reason being is that ikhwani, when you teach, you learn from a different angle than if you never did before. When you teach, you deal with other human beings, other real individuals who are facing and going through their own lives. And so what that does, it exposes you to issues and problems that you would have never ever seen if you would have just been on your own. So you learn on a daily basis, you grow and you get stronger and you get stronger. And things that normally stop another human being, a teacher, it doesn't. You tend to build these values that are just deeper, stronger, and more mature than many people who have never ever taught. And teaching, sometimes, ikhwani, it's not just teaching. There's an art that goes to teaching. And we'll talk about that some other time. But in general, ikhwani, respect the people who are in charge of you in regards to teaching and educating you in life. And they fall in many different categories. It could be your parents. Your parents could be your teachers, and definitely they are your teachers. You learn many things in life from them. There are people who educate you in many regards, ikhwani, especially teachers in regards to deen. When somebody is teaching you deen, ikhwani, wallahi, the most important thing to do is respect, respect, respect. When you respect the person, you respect the deen. When you don't respect the person who's carrying the deen, you end up failing sometimes at carrying the deen. Right? Because when I talk ill of my mu'allim, my teacher, I mean, where does that put me? Do I even care about what he's teaching me then? Because if I did, I wouldn't be speaking like that. So in general, ikhwani, protect yourself from such a thing and always honor and respect your teacher. Ikhwani, the number one people that you should always respect are the elderly. The people who are considered gray-haired, the people who are considered, have lived longer than many of us. Those people, you should always respect them. The number one reason why I actually made them number one, ikhwani, is that they are people who have been forgotten. The forgotten obligation, I should say. Right? It's just the fact that many people tend to ignore that reality. If they're not our parents or teachers, we usually neglect their rights. Even sometimes within our own family, it tends to happen. Right? Even in our own families, we tend to forget the people who are the elderly. It could be an uncle, an aunt, it could be a grandma, it could be your neighbors, your friends' parents. It could be anybody. And the amazing thing about this field or this group of people is that so many people fall in their category. It's not the same as the previous categories where parents, there's only certain people who fit that category. Teachers, only certain people fit that category. But this category, a lot of people fit the category, right? This is a whole generation of people that are much older than us. They are much more experienced than us. And that you should always be there by their side to gain their wisdom, to gain their abilities, to gain their advice. There's this law that I have heard one time. They call it the law of 33%. What it means is that 33% of the people in your life should be below you, younger than you. People that you can advise, that you can give guidance to, that you can give advice to. The next 33% of the people in your life should be people that are your peers, that you feel, some level of comfort, that you can say, hey, and discuss with, and not feel any type of pressure to say whatever you want to say, kind of, that's a healthy lifestyle. You need people that are your age, that you can have that level of, security with. But the most important group of people are the last 33%. People who are older than you, have lived longer, have gained so much experience that today when you go to them and ask them for advice, they can provide you with valuable advice. They can provide you values that sometimes you can never find it in the books. You can be street smart. It doesn't matter. What they provide you with, you can never neglect. And and in the Sunnah, and the Prophet ﷺ made that very clear, right? There's a level of relationship that the believers have towards one another, and that is that, the older ones, and that is that the older ones should have mercy upon the young ones, and the young ones should always respect and honor the elderly. And I mean, that is the foundation of how we treat each other when it comes to our age differences. I'm young, you're old, or I'm old, you're young. There's still a bond. Iman is our connection, and Allah is our direction. That never fades away. So, and that connection can never get blurry for you. If you see somebody who's an elderly, go there, ikhwani. Give them a hand of help. Feed them, take care of them. That is something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is truly looking through us. I mean, He's seeing the type of choices that we make in life. Khwani, that's like the foundation of life. The people who have always been there for us, it's sad that we fail to realize that we're not there for them. True story. Sad story. But in conclusion, Ikhwani, respect these three types of people that will get you that much closer to a happier lifestyle. You know, in the life of a Muslim, Ikhwani, in this Muslim life, you know, it's outward, it's not inward. It's not about me, myself, and I. It's about what you can do to be out there, to help your brothers and sisters who are in need. Your parents, start with them. Your teachers, right there. And the elderly, you must be there for them. They're weak sometimes. At times, they're weak. At times, they're in need of you. I mean, like, this is a group of people who are sometimes the weakest in society. They're old, can't do much, can't get around, can't do things, right? They're not youth like us who can do so much and strong. But you get there, Khwani, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you that type of lifespan. And so it's important to be wise and to think, you know, further than sometimes what you're able to do. Just think about it. That's that, Ikhwani. Sorry, long video. Did not mean it to be long, but that's that, Ikhwani. Respect these three types of people no matter what in life, Ikhwani. No matter what they do to you, get over it. It's life, it's short. Make it meaningful, make it positive. Do more so that people always remember you for the great things that you've done in life. And I leave you with those great ones. Wassalamu ala
We finish la 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 la.